Hello. Hi. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes. Yeah, audible.
Let's wait for a minute so that rest of them can join in, and then we'll start.
Chetan, first of all, congratulations. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, congratulations, first of all.
Okay. Thank you, Nitin. Let me see. Nitin is there. Ashish is there. Surbhi is there. Kash, Ratish, and Akan. Okay. We have some extra people who have been joined in. Fair enough. Nitin, okay. Fair enough. Fine. We have only few people, so nothing like it. Uh, Fine. Let's start.
Mhm.
So this is like today's day, and as per my understanding, yesterday in the group, I had specifically dropped a message. That message. No, it was not in this group, rather the main Telegram group. That we should be expecting a breakout soon. So generally, what happens is whenever there is a breakout, there is a huge red candle which is been generally formed. So I was expecting something huge to happen as such specifically. So let's go candle by candle. This is a 1 minute chart. Nothing
Mhm.
specifically been kept on that. I'll just try to take across through 1 minute candle, nothing more than that, right? So we started somewhere around from here. I'll just try to show across how I draw my Fibonacci also, right? So this was the low.
Can you do one favor? Can you just adjust your mic? Your voice is a bit low.
Okay, is this fine now?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay, cool, right? So whenever there is a gap up or gap down, probably for next first 3-5 minutes, don't do anything. Just wait for the market to settle down so that we know exactly what things should be happening, right? So this was the low, this was the high, and what I'll do from my side is I'll mark down the exact points. Let's say, for example, this was the low. The low was 546.75. So 546.75. So I'm taking the exact points, and the high was 705.25. 705.25. Till now, we are not very sure whether this was the high or low. But at this stage, at least we are aware that, okay, fine, this is the range which has been formed. So what I do is after that, I just keep on moving my cursor further,
Mhm.
right? So what we saw,
Till the time it is not breaking high and low, right?
high and no, no, not exactly high and low. What I do is I just take down the low and the high. That's it, nothing more than that, right? So
Correct.
this is my
Okay.
one first Fibonacci which is there, right? Apart from that,
Mhm.
what I do is once I know that, okay, fine, this is the high point which has been made, right?
Mhm.
So what I do is I draw one more Fibonacci, marking just the high and low part. I'll just remove this extensions 1.2 and 1.6. Right? So what I see over at this part is probably it has just made a retracement and it tried to touch somewhere around at 0.76 level, but it didn't cross the top, right? So not necessary that
Can you
we
just
should be
can you just expand it? Okay, at the higher level.
expanding. See what happens is because I have to do one thing. I'll just remove the moving average and then probably we'll be able to have this.
Okay.
Right? Better?
Right. Correct.
So this
It's
was the
better.
high, this was the low, and after that probably we saw some kind of movement which was there.
Hmm.
Right? And now it's not necessary that we should be able to trade on this small Fibonacci which are there, but this is just only for reference where we are able to see some kind of reversal which has been happening. So probably this can be my first leg which is happening. Right? Now if I see what happens is, see it came somewhere around nearer to 1.618 level, and after that it started moving up. So this give me some
Okay.
kind of
So this.
confirmation.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
So this 1.618 is the extension for that intermediate fib, right?
yes, the small one. So if I see in terms of points, it is 700 to this is 657. Now if I see
Mm.
ideally, this is
Mm.
a good range which has been formed, but because
Mm.
in the morning we had this huge range formed, this
Correct.
looks like a small range, right? Because here
Correct.
it is somewhere around from 548 and the top
Mm.
was 705. So it's
Yes.
almost 120 points.
Mm.
No, the low was 548, 546 to 705.
Mm.
So it is almost 150 points, right? From this
Mm.
point to this point, it is almost 150 points. So this is a huge range. We don't want this kind of huge range. What this huge range signifies is we are going to have big movements during the day in the market, right?
Hi,
Mm.
Ketan.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Like what is the main how when we decide when to use retracement and when to use extension?
Okay, fine. I'll come to that part also.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
I'll come to that part also, right? So what we see is generally, see, first and most important thing is we need to have a retracement for our entry purpose. Okay, our retracement is there
Mm.
for entry purpose, so that when we know, let's say for example, this is my first of all my range and this is my retracement. So retracement is for my entry purpose. Let's say if I'm trading over here at this point,
Mm.
then I should be able to sell somewhere around at this point. Right? Ideally this is how it is, right? But I'm not considering this. Why? Because we have already got a day
But
range which is huge.
sorry, but if it goes up, then
See, until unless I get a high probability call, which is as per the previous experience or previous history which has occurred, I don't take a trade, right? So for example, if this Nifty has to move up, probably it will give me some kind of retracement, or maybe see what happened is over here, it was just coming down at this nearer to 0.5. So if you would have touched somewhere around at 0.5 and from there it would have given me a small extension over here, I probably would have taken a trade for upward extension. But here it didn't come down till this part. So it was like, okay, it just moved up. Whenever there are long extensions or maybe long trends which are been happening, so this kind of first legs are being formed. I'll probably explain you whenever this kind of maybe zones have been formed. So this is probably for me a zone which is there where this is only one leg. Now why I've considered this
okay,
as one leg is because we already have a range which is of 150 points.
okay.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is if my view is bullish, I'll take extension, and if my view is bearish, I'll take retracement.
No. See, don't go for bullish or bearish views at this part. First of all, we need to understand the market. What probable direction the market would be going. Once we understand that, only then we should be taking a trade, right? See, now at this stage, what I know is only one fact, that the market has made a range of 150 points. That's it. First, like till 920, I am only aware about this part, nothing more than that, right? Second point, what happened is it gave me a reversal which was just nearer to 0.5. So it would have been a probability that probably it should start moving up. It may happen, right? But I would only take that trade if it would have touched somewhere around to 0.5 or maybe more than that. Because what happens is the first leg which is generally being formed for retracement, it comes down nearer to 0.236 levels, either on this part or nearer to this part. First part, it is highly unlikely that it will be just touching 0.5% and coming down, or maybe going up. Because if that happens, 70 to 80% of chances are there that it will be reversing from the top. I can give you a number of examples of that part. Probably we'll try to cover this in the next chapter, but at this stage, only understand one thing, that the first leg which is being formed, or maybe once we have a range, after that, it generally tries to touch either 0.236 level or on the top part, either at the top part or either at the bottom part. If you see previous day, it has been touching on the top part also, and it has been touching on the bottom parts also, most of the time.
Okay.
Right?
So
For
you
example,
mean to say
I'll
it
just
will
take you
either
across.
touch?
I'll just take you across through yesterday's. Yesterday started. So this is 23rd. Yep. See. This is 48. Yep. See, for example, if I see for yesterday, what happened is probably this was my start and this was my end, right? So first of all, initially it formed a range in this way, right? What happened after that is it probably went up, right? Now, if I see again on this part, it was like it had formed a range and it immediately went up. Here, it didn't give me any kind of retracement over here, right? It just went and touched somewhere around at 1.272 level, right? So, but this was not a good trade for us. Why? Because it hasn't given me any kind of indications over here for a reversal or something like that. That's why even if you see our chart for yesterday, probably it was like, okay, we haven't got any kind of retracement till now, right? So what I do is, so this is my range at this moment, right? And what happened is probably it tried to touch on the top part, but it didn't come nearer to 0.76 level. So again, this is not an exact range for me, right? So what happened after that is probably from here it did come back and it started making some kind of price action, right? Now, if you see from this range, probably it has given some kind of reversal on the top part. How is this reversal? I'll just tell you. See, it made a range, it came back, touched or maybe just crossed the 0.5 level, and then it started moving down. And where did it cross? It came exactly to 1.618 level, right? So whatever Fibonacci extensions are being formed, they are always been formed in a specific pattern. It doesn't happen that these are just random trades or maybe just random movements happening here or there. Nothing like it. If it has to come down, it will always give me a retracement and only then it will come down, otherwise not, right? I hope I'm clear about this part, right? So after that, where we have to take a trade, right? So here a proper range has been formed. This is from 148 to 21, right? So somewhere around 80 points is a good range which is being formed, right? Still we don't know in which direction it would be going, right? So we need to find out in terms of price action what exact things should be happening, right? So here what happened is it came down again, it's tried to move up, right? And here it has given me a kind of maybe signal, Now, what is that signal? This is my signal. Because a range is being formed, it tried to move in one direction, but it didn't cross the top. After that, this range was being formed. So this is my high, this is my low, and from that it tried to reverse back. So it reversed exactly to 0.236 level. So I had taken an entry over here. Right?
Okay.
So that's why what I do is
Mhm.
I try to draw these small Fibonacci's also. Right?
Mhm.
See, understand again the same thing. Here we
Correct.
didn't get any clarity exactly what has been happening. So until unless you are 100% sure that there is some kind of retracement which has been happening, at the max, what would be happening is, let's say if this is my range, probably from, let's say, only I'm talking from this part to this low. There would be one candle which would be coming, probably this candle, it won't be moving up, it would be coming down, just touching this 0.236 level and then moving up. If that would have happened, then probably I would have taken an entry to go for long. Right? But here I didn't get that signal. So it was just like going up from there and coming down. See what happens is, if you don't get that kind of retracement, the market would be reversing back. A simple fundamental which has to be adopted. Right? If it is not giving me a retracement either to 0.236 on the bottom or top, the market would be reversing back. Just understand this part. And this has been happening. I can give you a number of examples of that part. Right? So that's why I don't take trades when there is no reversal over here.
So you mean to say that there should be one candle which is starting from 0.236, right?
Yes, somewhere coming around nearer to that part, or it should be giving me some
Ah.
kind of signals in the form of this price action.
So if initial trend is downward,
Yes,
there should be one retracement candle starting from 0.236. Okay.
yes,
And if it
yes.
is upward,
Uh,
there should be one candle starting from 0.236 in downward direction, correct?
yes, yes. It should be coming back. It should be
Okay.
touching at those locations and then going up. Right.
Okay.
So this is like, let's say, previous day, or day just before that. 130, 230. We just try to take 2-3 examples so that we get a clarity exactly like what has been happening. It is like on some specific days only or not. Right? Okay. For example, this day started. Now see,
Hmm.
this is
So,
a good
Chetan,
example. Yes.
sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Yeah. So if, instead of say 1 minute, if we take 5 minutes or 15 minutes, don't you think we'll get bigger R is to R ratio?
See, I'll tell you what happens is the clarity that you get on 1 minute candle is much more and better. See, what we want in a trade is we want an entry, we want an exit, and we need to know where exactly I should be trailing my stop loss.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right? This is what you want. If I consider
That's
the same things on 5 minutes, probably I won't be able to get that clarity. That is the
oh,
only reason I use 1 minute candle. There
but
is no other
my point
reason.
is
Yes.
okay. My point is if you go on a smaller time frame, R is to R will be smaller as well. That's the main concern.
No, 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 no. See, forget about that part. I am
Oh,
using 1 minute candles only to get exact, accurate point for my entry. That's it. Nothing more than that. See, time frame, 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart, 1 minute chart. It doesn't make any kind of difference. What is the difference which is being made is only the range which is being made initially. That's it. That range can be there of 5 points, that can be there of it can be there of 30 points, it can be there of 50 points, it can be there of 80 points, 100 points, 150 points. We
okay.
have to play as per what Nifty or the index is offering to us.
Okay.
Right? Now tell me one thing, if the index is offering you 200 points, would you just play for 50 points and sit down or sit back?
No, I understand that bit, but only thing which I have in my mind is like if I go for 1 minute,
Huh.
the candles will be farming too quickly. So my risk to reward ratio will be smaller.
No, no,
As
no.
I
See,
have read in theory. I don't
no,
know.
no.
It's just
I
a theory.
completely understand for what you're talking about. I completely understand for
Okay.
that part. What I
Okay.
am using 1 minute candle is only to get an appropriate entry so that my stop loss would be bare minimum. And second thing is I need to get an entry to the accurate points.
Okay,
This is
that bit
my
is fine.
only
So for
fundamental which is being used so that I can get an appropriate entry.
okay, so for exit you use different system.
Yes, yes. I'll tell
Okay,
you
okay,
about that
that's
part also, right?
fine. Okay,
For
that's
example,
fine.
this
Thank
day
you.
what we are doing is I'm just considering the high and low, right? I'll again come back to the accurate points which are there so that we have a clarity of all the things together. So my low is 843.8. 3.8 and my high is 977.4, right? Now if I consider this part, see, right, see, this was low, this was high. It first of all gave me a retracement at this part, right?
Correct.
So where was that retracement? It was exactly at
Hmm.
0.236 level,
Hmm.
right? And second is it gave me a retracement on the other side also, which was there at 0.76 level, right? But which is more stronger in terms of either this one or this one? Which would you consider as a strong indication that the market will be going into the reverse direction, taking support over here?
0.236 because the momentum is high at there.
Over here? You mean
Yeah,
to say
that's
this?
right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you a very basic point which is there, which I consider as a double confirmation, right? See, the market did come down. It again started moving up. Here, only a single candle confirmation was there that, okay, it had just touched and it started moving down, right? But what happened over here is it gave me a double confirmation. Double confirmation in sense, it again formed a range. Right. So first confirmation is okay. I'm getting a support either at 0.236 or 0.786 because at this stage I'm not very sure whether the trend would be going up or down. But one thing is pretty sure, if it gives me a confirmation over here, probably I'll try to take a trade over here, right? But if it gives me a confirmation over here, I'll probably try to take a trade in the upward direction, right? But here what happened is it gave me a double confirmation where it made a low, it made a high, and it gave me a retracement back also. So this is for me a strong confirmation that the market will be going up. This is also a confirmation, but this confirmation is not that strong because it has only one candle which has come up. Probably if there was one more candle which should have touched 0.23611 and after that it would have come down, it would be a strong confirmation for me. But I will not leave this trade. If it is giving me a confirmation over here and it starts moving down, probably I'll take a trade over here also. Here I'll start trailing my SL also in that direction, right? But for me, if we give me a double confirmation in the form of a range and then a retracement at this levels, this is a strong confirmation. If you see in terms of strength, yes, probably this is 50% strength, but this will be giving me almost 80 to 90% of strength. So the
Okay.
probability of I taking two trades at this location would be higher. At this location, probably I'll be only taking one trade.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is on the 0.236 or 0.786, if it forms a range, if it forms accumulation or distribution, then
Yes,
there is a
yes.
Okay.
The probability of market going in the opposite direction is higher, right? Clear about this point? Good. Chalo,
Yes, yes.
let's go to today's trade, probably because you would be interested more in that part. See here again, the price action was in a similar way, right? It came down, it gave me a retracement, and after that it came down. But here only difference was the retracement was there on the top chart, not at 0.76 level, right? So I'll try to do one thing is just, but see, this gives me a double confirmation. So for example, this is the first confirmation that, okay, it has given me a resistance at the top part. And second thing, again, it gave me price action over here also, which was more of accumulation distribution. So here it was more of coming into the same part that, okay, fine, we got a range, we got a reversal, and after that it started moving down, right? So that's why what I did from my side is,
No, Chetan, just
yes,
hold on this chart. Okay, so for today's trade, we started with the first candle, okay, and
yes,
we picked up this range, okay,
yes,
okay. Then it is there are some accumulation at this 0.786
yes,
range, correct?
yes, yes,
Again, we are drawing fib once again for this range, correct?
yes, yes.
So this which all candles we should select for this 0.786 range?
See, first of all, once this range is been formed, if you are seeing this kind
Hmm.
of pattern at the top, and after that, see what happens is majorly, if you see during the day, you will be finding this kind of pattern which has been coming in. See, this can be a
Correct.
more of accumulation distribution happening. If I find this kind of patterns which have
Hmm.
been happening, and it is happening probably at the top level or at the bottom level, I will definitely get into the trade. Why?
Hmm.
Because it is giving me
So,
first resistance over here, and second resistance is at 0.76 level, which is stronger.
so you mean to say if it is giving resistance at the higher side,
Yes,
it is going to
go downward direction.
reverse the trade into downtrend,
Yes,
correct?
yes,
Okay.
that's
And
how it
if
is.
it is forming some accumulation at 0.236, then we can
Bottom, then it will be
expect
going
it
at the
is
top.
going upward.
Yes,
Okay. Hmm.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Clear
Got
about this
it.
part? For the entry, you should be absolutely clear.
Yes. Yes.
Once I'm getting that kind of pattern which has been required, probably then I would be very much interested in taking the trade, right? So what happened is, see, first of all, it gave me a confirmation over here, right? The next confirmation which I should be getting from my side is somewhere around at 0.5 levels. Right?
So
So
we
0.
are waiting till 0.5 level to
See,
take up the
it should
trade,
be
correct?
going down. So it should be giving me continuously lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows. And the confirmation for me would be this candle, which tried to go up, but it didn't cross this 0.5 level. And after that, it started moving down,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
So
Hmm.
this is my first entry, right? I can take entry at this part or maybe at this part, either of them,
Hmm.
right? So once I take an
Hmm.
entry, what I do is I wait for a confirmation, because see, at this part, my SL would be on the top part, because I know that the range which is being made, it is of 150 points. I had taken my trade which was there of 100 points ahead.
Hmm.
I didn't take a trade at the money. Why? Because the range which was being formed was huge. So I know that the target which would be going would also be huge, right?
Hmm.
So this was the first,
Correct.
this is the signal and confirmation for me, right? After that, the next point which was there as a confirmation for me. Okay, we need to have one more fine pen. We'll have that also, right? So this was the confirmation for me that, okay, I am in the appropriate trend, right? So this was my lower high, this was my lower high, which was been formed. And the third lower high was exactly again at 0.76 level. The pattern would be confirmed once we know that this kind of signals are being formed. right? So this should be giving me confirmation at all the 3 points, which is 2, 5 and 8 levels. That is 0.236 level, 0.5 level and 0.76 level, right? So what I did from my side is, once this was been confirmed, I took my second trade. So this second trade, which is of 16,400, right? See, my first trade was 16,600. The second trade, which was for the next week, that is 3rd March. But the second trade that I took, because I wanted to take it quickly, I took it for this week only, right? And took it for 16,400. 16,400, why? Because I knew that, okay, when it will be coming down, it will be coming down to a level somewhere nearer to that part, like 400. So I took that range, not more than that, because it was expiry part and I didn't want it to take extra risk, right? So that trade probably was being taken at this level, right?
So
So once I
you
get that
took
confirmation,
trade at 0.236 level, initial trade, okay.
yes, the first trade which
Later
was there,
on,
the first trade which was of higher points, 16,600, because I didn't wanted to take huge risk, and because the market had created a range of 150 points, I wanted to play it safe. Simple as that.
ठीक है तो
So
so
it was
the
not
first
of
trade
16,650 or 700, but it was maybe just 50 points below that. And that's why I taken of 16,600, not on 16,650 or maybe 16,700.
okay, so the question was you haven't taken any trade upon confirmation of 0.5 level, correct?
No, here I haven't taken any trade.
Okay, but ideally we should take or not.
See, it's like first I'm getting a confirmation, I'll take a trade, right? Second, mostly I try to take at 0.5 level, because, but here the range was huge. So I wanted to have one more confirmation, which is at 0.76 level.
Okay, clear, no problem.
If the range, see what happens is, once it moves back, and we know that the market currently is very volatile. 50, 60 points, I mean, like, it just goes in 2 minutes, not more, no, not less than that.
Yes, correct.
So I didn't want it to take that risk. I try to be more of a safe trader. If I'm getting two rupees less, I'm okay with that. But I ensure that my stop loss should be safe. I should be, the first principle for me is, the capital which is there, I should be able to retain that capital. That is my first and most basic principle which is there. And here, see, whatever money I'm
So
getting after this,
what would be the stop loss? What would be the stop loss for this first position 0.236?
first position, see, because I took it for 600, I knew that, okay, if it is even going back or up by 30 points, my stop loss would not be more than say 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees.
Divided by 25.
Yep,
Or
that's
50.
how it is. Or 50. For me, it is 50. So what I try to do from my side is, I try to keep my stop loss at maximum 40 points. Here, my range was 150 points. That's why I wanted to be safe, and I just took out of the money trade. Here it was 16,600 and 670, but I took it for 16,600.
Yes, correct.
Yep, that's the only principle, nothing more than that. Right? So it went down from there, and to exit my trade is, as soon as it starts reaching 0.236 level, I don't wait for that moment to happen. As it goes down, probably I've just when it started coming up from here, I exited my trade. Simple as that. Because see, whatever money I am getting after that, most important part for me is to keep that money. And especially in options, especially options buying, is from this point, if I wait even till this point, maybe it would be eroding almost 3,000 to 4,000 rupees in just this 457 to 497. So in this just 10-20 points, if it is moving back almost 3,000 to 4,000 of your rupees is being eroded back. So what I do is once it starts moving nearer to that target, I immediately just trail my stop loss or move out of the trade. I don't wait for
So
it
we are
reaching to
using
1.618 level.
So we are using this extension 1.272 and 1.618, correct?
618. Yes.
And if we are drawing some fib on some range, okay, and if it is following that 0.236, 0.38 and 0.5 level,
Yes.
ideally we should expect it should go beyond 1.272 and somewhere near to 1.618. Correct?
Good that
That
you
is
asked
what
this question,
the
Nitin. See what happens is,
Hmm?
I generally what I do is, if this candle is been formed which crosses this level, then it should be reaching 1.618 level. If this candle is been formed where it just touches and probably after that starts moving down, I just move out of that trade then.
ठीक है मतलब boss we can expect it should go beyond 1 till 1.272 somewhere near to
1.272 is the first target,
1.272.
and after that 1.618. It depends on this
Okay,
candle
okay.
which is there. If this candle is just moving ahead of that, probably it will just try to reach nearer to 1.618.
Yes, so actually I was having this confusion, basic confusion about this fib. Okay, I was thinking that it will go till 1. Okay,
Yes.
I was not using any extensions till now.
Okay. So first thing is most important for is the range which is being formed, right? Once the range is being formed, after that wait for a reversal. The reversal would be either at this point or this point, right? And second thing is price action. Once we have this kind of price action which has been happening, then you should be double sure that okay, fine, it will be going down. Why? Because you are getting those kind of resistance at those levels. So this was the top first resistance, and this is the second resistance which is there, right? And after that it started moving down, right? Once it has completed this 1.618 level, the first thing that I did is try to move out for the trade, right? And with that I also get a new range. So this entire part is my new range which is been formed. So let's put across with that new range, right? I hope guys this thing is clear, because we have just less than 1 minute. We'll just start in 2 more minutes for that part, right?
Yes, yes. So far it is clear. Okay.
Yes. No, I
What
mean,
is
like
the
rest of
next
the people
range?
also, if they have any kind of doubt which is there, probably they can also ask it. Because this webinar would be now closed in maybe 30 seconds. We should be starting in some more time. I hope everyone is fine with that. Right. So probably I'll just close this and we'll start immediately.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes. Thanks. We'll rejoin again.
Yeah, no problem. So it's
Okay.
again on Telegram, right?
Good evening, everyone. Okay, fine. Good evening. Yes, the same way. It would be the
Okay,
same link
no
probably.
problem.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, sure.